Hi dear students, welcome back to the session of Mathematics class 10. In the last class we were studying about how to solve a given quadratic equation, right? In today's class we are going to study about two more methods how to solve a given quadratic equation. The first one is the quadratic formula and the second one is completing the square. So first of all, let me tell you about quadratic formula. In the introduction part of this chapter, we discussed about a quadratic formula. There I told you the Indian mathematician Sridharacharya has formulated a particular formula so as to get the solution for the quadratic equation. You know that the general form of a quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a is not equal to 0, right? So a, b and c, these three terms are actually the integers, right? Small letter a, b and c, these three are actually the integers itself. So they are, a is the coefficient of x square, b is the coefficient of x and c is the constant term. And that is the standard form of a given quadratic equation. And now we formulated an equation like this. You know that to find the roots of a quadratic equation means to solve for x. So the equation goes like this: x is equal to, that means if you want to find x, that x will be equal to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac the whole divided by 2a. So minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac the whole divided by 2a is what we called the quadratic formula, and this is also called the Sridharacharya rule. So in general we will say it is called the quadratic formula. So it's the easiest method whenever whatever typical type of questions you are getting, because I tell you in the last class we studied about splitting the middle term, right? But every time it is not possible to split the middle term. Every time it is not possible to split the middle term. And thereafter they invented a new technology or a new method to find the solution, and that's what we call completing the square. That's what I'm going to explain today. Completing the square. And in some cases we can't deal with completing the square also. So at that time actually this particular formula, it plays an important role, because whatever quadratic formula you are getting, whatever quadratic equation you are getting, you can use this quadratic formula so as to get the solution for the given question. So actually that's why this particular formula is what we call the quadratic formula itself. It's called the quadratic formula. See how great it is, right? So here you can see within the roots b square minus 4ac. This b square minus 4ac is what we call the discriminant. In the next class I will teach about the discriminant. Why we are using this discriminant? Because this discriminant actually it shows the nature of the given root. Means what is the nature of the given roots? Okay, that we will discuss in the next class about the nature. So just keep in your mind this b square minus 4ac is very important portion, and that is what we call the discriminant, capital letter D. It is represented by capital letter D. Okay, that is the discriminant. And here in this question the b square minus 4ac should be a positive integer. It should be positive integer because it's within the roots, you can see. So for a positive integer only we are supposed to take something as a root, right? We can take it as a root. If it is negative we can't. So definitely it should be positive. That is the thing which we have to learn right now. But in the next class we will study much more about that one. Okay. Now, so this is what we call the Sridharacharya rule, or it's called the quadratic equation or the quadratic formula. So now in this, by using this quadratic formula we can find the solution, or we can find the roots of any given quadratic equations. And the main thing which I had to discuss today about is completing the square. Completing the square. So as to explain that one, let us take an example for that one. Example number 1, let us take one question. 2x square minus 7x plus 3 is equal to 0. Here you can see a quadratic formula for quadratic equation is given. 2x square minus 7x plus 3 is equal to 0. Step number 1. The first thing what you have to do means you have to check the coefficient of x square. And the coefficient of x square should be a perfect square number. What are perfect square numbers? 1 is a perfect square number. Next perfect square number is 4. The next one is 9. The next one is 16. That means the square of any numbers. The square of 1, it was 1. The square of 2, it is 4. The square of 3, it is 9. The square of 4, it is 16. The square of 5, it is 25. The square of 6, it is 36. Like that. The square of any number is what we call a perfect square number. So the first term, I mean the coefficient of x square should be a perfect square number. That is the first thing you have to check. If it is not, you have to bring it, you have to make it to a perfect square number. So tell me, what about the coefficient of x square here? Here you can see the coefficient of x square is 2. Is 2 a perfect square number? No. After 1, the next perfect square number is 4. So you have to make this 2 as 4. You have to bring this 2 into 4. So tell me, by what number should it be multiplied so that it will become 4? It is 2, right? If you are multiplying 2 by 2, it will become 4. So if you are multiplying the first number by 2, the whole equation should be multiplied by 2 so that the equation will not vary. So let us multiply the whole equation by 2. So now the equation changes to 4x square minus 14x plus 6 is equal to 0. Right? Now, this 4x square you can write 2x the whole square, right? So we are representing it as 2x the whole square. Forget not, every time the first term should be written as a square, something square. So we are making in such a way that it becomes 2x the whole square. We can write it like so, 2x the whole square minus 14x. Now after this one, be careful. Next number will be plus itself. Plus, now while choosing the next number, it should be very carefully written. So tell me, what is the second time here? It is 14x, right? 14x. In a working column, you have to do this one. 14x, right? 14x in your working column. 14x divided by, put a bar there, 14x divided by. Then beneath that one, under that one, what you have to write? 2 into, every time it will be like that, 2 into, then what is the first term? What is the first term which you have written within brackets? It is 2x, right? It is 2x. 2x the whole square, that is what you have written there. So within brackets, whatever you have written, that you have to bring it here. That means 14 divided by 2 into 2x. 14x divided by 2 into 2x. Clear? Now 2 and 14 will be get cancelled and 7 will be there. X and x will be get cancelled. Now you got 7 by 2, right? Now you got 7 by 2. And this 7 by 2, square this 7 by 2, means 7 by 2 the whole square. So you have to add 7 by 2 the whole square and then you have to subtract 7 by 2 the whole square. Keep in your mind this one. So the third term, 2x square the whole square minus 14x plus 7 by 2 the whole square minus 7 by 2 the whole square. Then what is the number left there? It is plus 6. Then plus 6 is equal to 0. So from where this 7 by 2 the whole square came? By checking the middle term, right? Take the half of the middle term, means 14 divided by 2 into the first term. Then you have to cancel them. Whatever number you get, square that number, add that number once, subtract the same number once, and then write the next number which was there. Here it is 6, okay? That's equal to 0. Now focus your eyes on the first 3 numbers. From the first 3 numbers, it is of the form a square minus 2ab plus b square. It will be always like that. It can be a square minus or it can be a square plus. If it is a square plus, then we will say it is of the form a plus b the whole square. If it is minus, we will say a minus b the whole square. And here it is minus, that's why we will treat this as a minus b the whole square. This is of the form a minus b the whole square. So instead of a, what is the number there? It is 2x. Instead of b, what is the number there? It is 7 by 2. So we will write that's equal to, this implies, what does this implies? 2x minus 7 by 2 the whole square. So instead of the first 3 terms, we brought it as 2x minus 7 by 2 the whole square. Then what is the number left there? It is 7 by 2 the whole square, right? Minus 7 by 2 the whole square plus 6. 7 by 2 the whole square, expand that one, it will become 7 square is 49 and 2 square is 4. So 7 by 2 the whole square means 49 by 4 plus 6. Now keep the term 2x minus 7 by 2 the whole square in LHS and take all the other things to the RHS part. So we will get it as 2x minus 7 by 2 the whole square is equal to, what will become on the RHS? 49 by 4 minus 6. The sign changes, right? Now by solving, you will get it as 2x minus 7 by 2 the whole square is equal to 25 by 4. Okay, 25 by 4. 25 by 4 means 5 by 2 the whole square, right? 5 by 2 the whole square. So you can write it as 5 by 2 the whole square. Next step, 5 by 2 the whole square. So now on the LHS and RHS, you can see both of them are written as squares of some numbers, right? 2x minus 7 by 2 the whole square is equal to 5 by 2 the whole square. So you have to bring it in such a way, means whole square, like that you have to bring. Next step is, you have to take the square roots on both sides. Taking square roots on both sides, taking square roots throughout, what will happen? The squares will get removed. So you will get it as 2x minus 7 by 2 is equal to plus or minus 5 by 2. Plus or minus means whenever you are taking the root of anything, it can be positive, it can be negative. Because we already know root 4 is plus 2 and minus 2. It can be plus 2, it can be minus 2 also, right? So we will write this, that's equal to plus or minus 5 by 2. You got it. That means it can be plus 5 by 2, it can be minus 5 by 2. So let us divide into two portions. First portion is 2x minus 7 by 2 is equal to 5 by 2. And comma 2x minus 7 by 2 is equal to minus 5 by 2. Two options are there. From the first option, 2x minus 7 by 2 is equal to, what is the first option? 5 by 2, right? It's equal to 5 by 2. So taking this 7 by 2 to the right hand side and simplifying, you will get it as 2x is equal to 5 by 2 plus 7 by 2. And for the simplification, you will get it as x is equal to 3. You got it as x is equal to 3. What about the next part? It is 2x minus 7 by 2 is equal to minus 5 by 2. Simplifying that, 2x is equal to 7 by 2 minus 5 by 2, because it was minus 7 by 2. When it brought it to this side, it became plus 7 by 2, right? 7 by 2 minus 5 by 2, that means it is 2 by 2, it is 1. So you will get 2x is equal to 1, that means x is equal to 1 by 2. So you got the value as x is equal to 1 by 2 and x is equal to 3. These two are the roots of the given equation, and these roots are also mentioned as alpha and beta also. Okay, it can be mentioned as alpha, the first root can be mentioned as alpha, and the second root can be mentioned as beta also. Hope you understood. Okay, let us do one word problem also. Here goes the question before you. A train travels 360 km at a uniform speed. If the speed had been 5 km per hour more, it would have taken 1 hour less for the same journey. Find the speed of the train. Just imagine a train is traveling how much kilometers? 360 kilometers. For traveling 360 kilometers, how much time it will take? No idea. We have no idea what is the total time, right? But one thing is there, if we are increasing the speed of this train for 5 kilometers per hour, definitely the train will reach the destination 1 hour earlier, right? So this is the concept. So first of all, you have to find the speed of the train. What is given? The total distance is given. We will go for it. The total distance traveled by the train is equal to 360 kilometers. Next one. Here we have no idea what is the speed of the train. That's why we will write, let the uniform speed of the train be x kilometer per hour. And then in the second sentence it is given that the speed of the train, if it is increased, so we will write the increased speed of the train is equal to how much? X plus 5 km per hour, right? It was x and now 5 km per hour is also increased. So we will write the new speed of the train, or the increased speed of the train will be x plus 5 km per hour. Now let me ask you one thing. What is the time taken for the first journey? It will be distance traveled by speed, right? Distance traveled is 360 divided by that speed was x. So we can say the time taken for the first journey was 360 by x. What about the time taken for the increased speed? Second time we are going for it, right? In the second sentence we have written like this: if the speed of the train is increased by 5 km per hour, that means at the time right now, if the train is going in x plus 5 km per hour, what will be the time taken? It will be 360 divided by, because it is the same journey, it is mentioned like it is the same journey. So 360 divided by x plus 5 will be the total time taken. Distance traveled by speed, that is the time. Okay, that will be there. And the difference between this time is 1 hour. And the difference between this time is 1 hour. So we will write, according to the question, 360 divided by x, that means the time taken for the first journey, minus 360 divided by x plus 5, time taken for the second journey, means when the train increases the speed, that journey, is equal to 1. 1 means 1 hour. Okay, now there is a fraction, so just to take the LCM. LCM will be x into x plus 5. Solving that, you will get 360 into x plus 5 minus 360x divided by x into x plus 5 is equal to 1. Cross multiplying them and just solving this equation, finally what you will get? 1800 is equal to x square plus 5x, right? Now let us bring that into a general form of a quadratic equation. It will become x square plus 5x minus 1800 is equal to 0. This 1800, that's the last term. What about the first term? It is x square itself. So I think I will go for splitting the middle term. You can use the quadratic formula also to find this one. Whatever method is applicable for you, is easier for you, you can use that one. You simplify this one by using quadratic formula. You can use this one by using the splitting the middle term, or you can use by completing the square method. Whatever method is easier for you, you can go for it. But make sure that you are taking less time to find the solution, okay? For me, I think I will go for splitting the middle term, okay? So by splitting the middle term, it will become like this. X square plus 45x minus 40x minus 1800 is equal to 0. And on further simplification, you will get it as x minus 40 into x plus 45 is equal to 0. That means x minus 40 is equal to 0, or x plus 45 is equal to 0. That means x is equal to 40 or x is equal to minus 45. Now you got two answers. One is 40 and another one is minus 45. And definitely the speed of the train will never become negative, and hence we will neglect the negative answer and we will go with only the positive answer. So we will say x is equal to 40 will be the answer. Now what is x? It is a uniform speed of the train. That's the thing which we mentioned in the starting step, right? That's our consideration. That's the first thing which we mentioned. So that's why we will write again. Coming to the conclusion, we will conclude like this. Therefore, the speed of the train is 40 km per hour. Hope you understood. That's it for the day. So today we studied about two things. One is completing the square, and second one, solving a quadratic equation by using the quadratic formula. So by using the quadratic formula also you can solve this one. How to use the quadratic formula? Here in this equation, right now you got the equation, right? What was the equation here? The quadratic formula was x square plus 5x minus 1800 is equal to 0. So at the time, how you can apply the quadratic formula? Here a means the coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x square is 1. B means the coefficient of x. What is the coefficient of x here? It is 5. C means the constant term. It is minus 1800. So inside that equation, x is equal to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac the whole divided by 2a. So instead of b, substitute the value of b here. Instead of a, substitute the value of a here and simplify this one, and then you can find that you will get the same answer, 40 and minus 45. So that is also an easier method by applying the quadratic formula. You can go for it also. Just try it for yourself and you can find it much more easier. So that's it for today. Till then, take care and goodbye.